What is happening, my friends? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, as always, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. That's right. I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode 278. For all my ride or dies, look, 278. Yes, we are at 278, and I'm so thrilled to continue this journey with you all, the listeners and viewers out there that continue to support the program. Man, I wouldn't be able to do this without you. And yeah, as always, just thank you for taking out one time. I mean, not one time, but 1 hour of your precious time of your day to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. As you know, we're continuing to grow each and every step as far as growing in subscribers, viewership numbers, listenerships. I've mentioned on the last episode, obviously the great news for those who follow us on social media. I've mentioned it before that we are growing our audience. We have joined the GOATverse TV. GOATverse TV is an amazing app that we happen to have some of our content on this app. It's free. It's available on the App Store for all you Apple users out there. The Google Play Store for you Android users, as well as on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick. So look, our audience size is growing, which that's our goal. We want to continue to share this amazing content to the masses. You could still continue to tune into the program on our YouTube channel at the Arrington Gavin Show. As well as wherever you listen to your podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast, you can still tune in to the Arrington Gavin Show. But look, I'm still pretty hype. I'm still on cloud 9 being a part of this amazing app because it has such great content, man. Let me tell you something. Content as far as amazing independent artists, great debate shows, and then you got yours truly, and it's dope. It's a great product, great company. And I'm excited to be collaborating with them. And you know what? It's Black owned too. And that's another thing. And I'm going to kind of get into our special guest. We do have a special guest on today's show, which I'm excited. But just a little sidebar, as you know, for those who have been avid news watchers, for those who, again, supported the show and follow us on our social media platforms. A lady by the name of Joy Reid. She had a popular show on MSNBC called The Read Out. It was recently canceled after 6 years being on air, but she was with the station or the network well more than 6 years. This was her third show that was on that network, and a lot of folks were a bit disappointed. It was very upset because. And this is, again, another story, but the network has been canceling or had canceled or at least kind of repositioned folks, minorities, people of color. And so Joy Reid, who, again, is a vocal critic of the current president, Donald Trump, she has always had that voice, and it really should have that voice when it comes to media, right? But we've noticed a lot of critics of Donald Trump lately, they either get changed in a different time slot or get canceled, right? It happened in CNN with Jim Acosta. Now it's happening with Joy Reid. Now, again, a lot of folks are shocked because Joy Reid was such a powerhouse with the network. Now, don't get me wrong, the network was struggling with ratings and, trying to get that viewership and all that good stuff. So, it brings in the question, is it really race or was it just ratings? Look, I'll talk about that on another time. But the main reason why I brought that up is because, y'all, this is directed to my black people out there, to the black folks, to the viewerships, right? We got to support one another. We have to stop competing against each other. And you need to realize that we win in numbers, all right? You win in numbers. As much as, I've had the debate with my wife in regards to, the boycotts of Target, right? Now, I get it. It's hard, especially when you're used to having a lifestyle and you go to these stores regularly. It's hard to, avoid them. It was an occasion where Tabitha Brown, right? Successful influencer, doing great stuff. I want to continue to see her thrive and grow. She had caught heat because she basically told folks, look, please don't boycott Target because there's black businesses on those shelves that are trying to still make a living. Now, look, does she have a point there? Maybe, but here's the thing: there's options. You can either just do a full-on buyout, or if you truly love this product, go directly to the source. Do not go through a third party. I don't know why it's so hard to just say if I really like this product, right? Why is it that difficult to just say, okay, I adore it, I need to go to the source rather than go through Target? That's just me. That's just me. But once again, it's like we always have an issue because here's the thing, and now I'm coming after y'all that was really supporting Joy Reid, because ever since they found out that she got canceled, which she didn't just, our show just didn't get canceled. She said, look, I'm leaving the network, period. All right, so now she's hitting that field as an independent journalist. What does that mean? Okay, she's gonna start working for herself, which means the money gonna look a little funny, right? So for all those supporters and saying, oh, we're standing behind Joy, this is that and the other. All right, I want to see that same energy when she goes independent, right? Subscribe to her YouTube channel, subscribe to her stuff, to anything she has going on. I want that same energy to never go away, because I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. We really passionate when it comes to boycott and protest, but then when it's like, okay, when it's over, when it's all said and done, do we practice what we preach? Do we really follow that mission? To me, I don't see it, right? And prove me wrong. Now, again, you're saying, Arrington, you're getting a little sidetracked. Where are you going with this? All right. Our guest here is not only a dear friend, he's our trainer, but he's also entering it. He has a new business venture. He's an author. He's a published author, and he has a new series of books, and we need to support. All right. We need to support, just like every other individual, especially minority owned businesses. We support minority owned business. Now, look, to all my white friends, white people, I love you. I love you. This, please don't feel some type of way, but please understand where we're coming from, right? The Asian community, the Asian American community, excuse me, they support one another, right? The Jewish community, they support one another. Every community does it. And why do we struggle in the Black community, right? Grand opening, grand closing. Why we can't keep places open? Why can't we support one another? Please, guys, we have to do better. We have to do better. We have to keep this momentum going, because let me tell you something. Under this new administration, look, there's stuff that's really trying to prevent, the culture really growing, in my opinion, right? You have schools trying to avoid, banning books. They're trying to avoid teaching Black history, criticizing teachers that might tell their students about Black history. Like, what are we doing here, y'all? It's 2025. We should be long gone, but we're not. All right. I done messed up my whole intro. What do I normally do? Okay, so as I mentioned, y'all, again, thank you so much for tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show. Multiple ways you can tune into the platform, YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast, as well as on GOAT versus TV. So please do me a favor, download. It's free. I subscribe. I'm not subscribed. I have downloaded the app myself because I want to continue to see this app grow. You can go on, again, App Store, Google Play Store. It's available on Roku as well as Fire Stick. So it's free. Please check that app out. And let's see. Oh, also new episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show. We drop 5 days a week, Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. on our YouTube platform and on via podcast. Okay. We also want to shout out to our partners over at WDJY 99.1 FM out in the Metro Atlanta area. Yes, the Arrington Gavin Show airs on their radio airwaves Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. All right, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, WDJY 99.1 FM. Let's see here. Before we move forward, I do have to shout out some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show, like our friends over at Priority Ford. All right. So, looking for the best deals on Ford vehicles in Norfolk? At Priority Ford, they make your buying experience smooth, easy, and exciting. From powerful trucks like the Ford F-150 to versatile SUVs like the Ford Explorer. They've got the perfect ride for your lifestyle, and with Priority for Life, you get complimentary oil changes, state inspections, and more for as long as, check this out, as long as you own your vehicle. It's that easy, y'all. Plus, they have financing options to fit every budget. So why wait? Visit Priority Ford, located on Military Highway in Norfolk, Virginia. So for all our Hampton Roads folks that are tuning into this program, look, you can go in person at Priority Ford off the Military Highway. Or for those who are not in the Hampton Roads area or not even in the state of Virginia, look, go online to PriorityFord.com. Your dream car is waiting. Shout out to my good man, Mr. James Church and his awesome team out there in Priority Ford. You know, I'm new to the Ford family. I'm new to the American Made family, and they've been treating me good, taking good care of me and everything. So I, again, support them. We want to thank them for being a proud supporter of the Arrington Gavin show. Let's go ahead, y'all. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have our good friend, Mr. Joshua Mosley. Yes, that's our special guest. That's right. We got Fit and Focus Part 2. We're going to talk everything health and wellness, and as well as his new venture, being a published author with his book series, Toddler Trinity Tales. I can't wait to get in touch with that. And then we're going to talk, we're going to talk health and wellness. We're going to talk some viral stories that's been occurring that involves people of a certain size. Not trying to offend nobody, but people of a certain size. But we're going to have the conversation. We're going to have the conversation. And again, look, it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. It's going to be all that in a bag of chips. So look, do not go anywhere, my friends. You are tuning into the Arrington Gavin show. Look, we'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
What's up, y'all? Welcome now.
And we still in traffic.
I don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, that's that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin show. I am your host, your homie, Arrington Gavin. As mentioned before, look, let me fix my camera angle for you. There we go. It's just sometimes always bug me. I'm not a perfectionist, but sometimes I am. I just want to make sure y'all get a good view of the show. You know what I mean? I know your boy need a little haircut. I ain't gonna show you, but god dang, yep, I need a haircut. But anyway, look, I'm excited to have on a good friend. This man has been motivating my wife and I to live a healthy lifestyle. He's been torturing us ever since we started with him. I'm sore as we speak. My legs are killing me because we met up with him yesterday. And he's our trainer. He's our he's our health and fitness coach, right? He's, like I said, he's our friend. We talk, but we also he keeps us in the gym because look, as I've mentioned many times on this show, we can always take care of our temple, externally, but it's most important we got to take care of our body internally as well, right? Right foods, staying active, all that good stuff, y'all. It's you gotta be active. You have to be active. Mr. Joshua Mosley, as I mentioned before, he is a health and wellness expert, fitness trainer, and also published author. Without further ado, let's bring on our special guest. Hey, Joshua, how you doing, man? What's going on, Joshua? How you doing, boss?
Bro, how you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Always great to see you too, sir. First of all, I'm mad at you because I've been struggling, trying to maneuver today because my legs, the way the legs is feeling, Josh.
Hey, man, I'm sorry. Hey, bro, legs are the foundation.
I don't like that foundation. I don't like that.
You ain't never seen a strong tree without strong roots.
It's never too late to have one, though. It's never too late. never say never. Like I'm that person. I want to be in a strong tree with not strong roots. I can't do it. Let me tell you something. Y'all, we did not even like work out legs like as the main group. That's how bad, y'all, I'm like when it comes to like lower body. I can't do it, but I did it. He said we're gonna do some squats, and I felt like we did about 50,000 of them. I wasn't counting, but I was at least at around 100,000 in one, and to be exact. But Josh, man, how's everything going, fam? We got a new year, right? It's 2025. Obviously, a lot of folks are they're still trying to succeed with those new year goals, right? Trying to stay active and trying to just turn a new leaf, to have, turn a new chapter and all that good stuff. How what can you say to those who are maybe having difficulties trying to maintain that goal? Because we're like, I mean, maybe like a little almost the first 2 months of 2025. What can you tell those folks that are really struggling? And honestly, have you encountered individuals like that so far in 2025?
Yes, I mean, people tend to struggle during the fall and winter time because it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
So they like,
Okay.
what's the use of benefit? What's the benefits of working out when it's cold? Because you got to put on all your clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So on fall and winter is the time you want to grind. So when it gets hot, you don't have to catch up. You feel good about yourself. I tell my clients all the time, I remind them, and you got like 23 days of spring. You know what I mean? The weather's going to shift. So that's one of my motivational speeches. But I give another one too, because I tell a lot of people that are successful. You take care of your family, you take care of yourself, you drive a nice car, you got a home, you take care of the dog. What are you being successful physically? Because you can have a lot of money, but if you don't feel good while you're spending it, is it really that beneficial? Have you ever tried to eat good food with a sore tooth? That's what it feels like. You get what I'm saying?
True.
Trying to enjoy yourself, but yet you feel a certain type of way about your health. It's unproductive, and it can be stifling mentally. It'll start to boil over to your emotions.
That's actually, you bring on a great point, because in my mind I'm like, wow, when would folks ever know exactly, okay, it's time for me to stay active? Because we've talked about it before. Sometimes it's never the case of just looking at how you look in the mirror, because you have folks that, and you mentioned it's a certain term that you said, but like basically like they're obese inside but not outside, if that makes sense. So they might can eat what they want and it won't show, but that's still not good. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's interesting, because I feel as though, so is it a mental thing more?
I just want to hop on what you just said. It's called visceral fat. So visceral fat is the fat are inside by your organs. And this is when people are fat inside. They might be fit. I had actually heard of a case not too long ago where this guy just all of a sudden, he's fit, but he passes out. And like he basically he perishes. No one know why. I haven't really studied this file or anything, but visceral fat is real. So you have a skinny person, but he can't breathe, or they can't breathe. It's because they're consuming the wrong foods. It's storing up around their heart and their organs, and it leads to stroke and high blood pressure. That's when the high blood pressure, strokes, and all that occurs because of visceral fat levels. You get what I mean? Because all that fat is stored around their hearts, their lungs, their liver, and you can't breathe right. You can't walk right. It's very it causes complications.
It's like, how would you sway somebody to be active if again, like, they have that, right? They have the visceral effect. Did I pronounce it right? Visceral?
Yes. Visceral
okay. Effect. So they have the visceral effect, and then on top of that, mentally, they're like, I feel good. I look good. I'm, like you mentioned, I'm successful. I got a nice car. I got a good job. Man, I'm living good. I'm eating a great food. So it's like, how do you tell somebody like that, who kind of see, to them, they feel like they have everything checked off every box, right? They like, oh, I'm good. How do you tell them, like, no, it's still important to be active, even though, hey, in the mirror, you might see a slim person. You might be eating everything you wanted. You might be great mentally upstairs, but it's really still important to be active. How do you convince somebody to make that leap and pursue about, being active?
I try to use love first. So
okay.
I tell people, you love your family, you love your child, you love your wife. You want to be in shape because of them. Your child, if you don't have a child, well, I only have grandkids. Your grandkids want to play. You know, you being able to play with them kind of builds a connection or a bond that's deeper than surface level. And next thing you know, they're open to talking to you. Why? Because they're comfortable with you because you even play with them. You get what I mean? Throw the football with them. The kids the same way. You're gonna chase some kids. You know, you have a son that plays football. Throw the football with them. You know, you go to the track. You walk around the track with them. This also builds another connection that's deeper. You know, and then you have like other things. Like, of course, I use the word the successful. You know, outside. You know, but we want to talk about internal too. You say you say you look good, but how do you feel? Because if you're having constant migraines, if your stomach's bothering you, if you're going through aches and pains that's just because your body's not functioning. You get what I mean?
Wow.
You know, when you exercise, what happens is you actually start to hit your digestive tract. You use the bathroom easier. You know, you sweat, so you're pouring out salt. That's why when you sweat and you taste it, it tastes like salt because you're actually pushing out poisons and toxins from your system. You get what I mean?
Wow.
So you're doing all these things, not knowing, and the next thing you know, you're sleeping better at night. You know, you feel better when you're getting up. I mean, there's just so many ways I try, man.
I will admit, I was that weird kid, you know, in elementary school. Like when you horseplay, you know, just playing outside, recess, all that stuff. You start sweating, like, this salty. Wait a minute, I ain't that bad. You know, I'm like, I was I the only one? Okay, maybe just me. All right, I'm weird. Okay, it don't matter. But no, man, that's so interesting because, again, I think for me, and I could just speak for myself. I was always, and maybe it's kind of like what I watch on TV. So as a kid, I was a huge wrestling fan, huge pro wrestling. And obviously you're looking at these physiques, guys in shape, whatnot. And then not even that, but like culture wise, I feel like our culture is always putting out that if you are not a strapping, you know, looking dude, ladies ain't gonna give you the time of the day, right? So obviously I was active as a kid in high school, in middle school and whatnot. And then when I got to college, I made sure I stayed in the gym. Now I wasn't pursuing a lot as far as cardio exercise. I was doing a lot of lifting. I was yoked. I ain't gonna lie. I was about 207, but I was a good 207. Y'all, I'm talking 5'8", 207. I was yoked. But ask me to do some sprints, I'll probably be the first person to be gassed. But again, I'm kind of always for me, I was misinformed on how to properly say, okay, this is a true, this is how to really, this is the steps you need to do as far as to staying active in fitness. Josh, what are some advice you can give to, say, young people? For one, what's a great age to really start not just being active, but what's a good age to really say, okay, this is the amount of time that you should be active, and then what's a good routine if people are saying for those that have busy schedules, right? So first, I'll just say for kids, right? What's good ways that they can stay active?
I'll joke first.
Okay.
Get them off the tablets and get them off the games.
Okay.
You get what I mean? Take them outside. If it's walking the dog. I was telling one couple that I train now, they were saying they have a child who really may not want to exercise. But I said, well, what do they like to do that's active? They said swimming. I said, take the child to the pool. That's
a workout right there.
And that's easy. Exactly. Swimming is one of the only, I'm not going to say the only because I think basketball is next behind swimming, but it hits every single muscle in your body. That's why you're so tired when you swim. But anyway, like I was telling her, like, take them to the pool. That's what they like. You have to find some way to engage with the children in some type of form of fashion. You have people are going pro. These NIL deals are huge right now.
Yeah.
People are getting NIL deals like right now. I do want to say I appreciate them now for passing a law to pay college players. To be featured on the NCAA.
Yep.
They're actually about to get paid for that now.
It's about time because universities, they've been making their money off. Why can't? Yep.
Billions. Now they get paid. So now you have a person that's yes, go to D1. Yes, go to D3. Yes, go to any school that's on a video game. You're gonna get some money. So you got to use what the kids like to prompt them to being physically fit. To prompt them to be better. I understand life is busy. So, of course, it's the food, it's the Wendy's, it's the McDonald's, it's the Chick-fil-A. But, as a parent, children don't not learn only from what you tell them, but they learn more from what you see. So there's times when you have to be the example. And so that helps them too.
Yeah, and that's another thing I think is always difficult because like kids are the sum of their environments in a sense, right? Or it's not just the sum of their decisions, but they breed in what they're surrounded by. And it always breaks my heart because I'll never forget it when I was in college and I think I was a sophomore, I was a sophomore, and then okay, boom, here comes the freshman class, and you might have classes with some of the upcoming freshmen. And I'll never forget it. I had a classmate of mine, freshman, 19 years old, that was extremely obese. I'm talking to the point where like they barely could even walk. And in my mind, I'm just like 19 years old and you're pushing this kind of way. Like it's just but again, I don't know. And I never witnessed their parents being seen or anything, but it's just like you don't know. It's difficult for for folks like say for us in the Black community, right? Our foods that we were raised around, high sodium, high sugar, highly fried. Like this if it don't have that thing right there, that ain't sweet enough. You know what I mean? If it's not that spice level, it's not that like it's I love hot sauce literally on everything. And I'm literally at the level where I just realized I just said literally like literally I'm trying to really decrease my spice intake. I'm like, it's not good to always consist with, and that's like, it's hard because I love spicy food, but then I'm like, I gotta take it easy on this spice. So it's hard to really have those alternatives when it comes to dieting, because we've talked about the staying active, putting in the work, but now we got to move on to the next big thing, is the dieting, which is
the diet
struggle. I think for me and for a lot of folks. Any tips, advice you can share as far as when it comes to, or just talk about as far as that dieting side?
I don't like to scare people, but sometimes you have to. You get what I mean? You don't want to keep eating spicy food because spicy food can cause ulcers. You get what I'm saying? So like you want to say, well, how can I balance that out? Drink a lot of water. You get what I mean? You have to find other recipes for you that you can indulge in that you like without the hot sauce. That's gonna be the best thing that I can tell you, and it's gonna take some trial and some error. That's what you need. So whether it's a salad with ranch dressing. So what else sauce do you like? That's what kind of question I'm asking you. What else sauce do you like? You might like ranch. You might like 1,000 Island. You might like, instead of hot sauce, see, can you introduce that to some of your foods? Maybe make that a dip instead of hot sauce. You get what I mean? And like I say, if you want to eat hot sauce, you still need to limit it, but it's like now you can't have a beverage with your food. You can't have a soda. You can't have a lemonade. You can't have a sweet tea. You need to be drinking water because you're already intaking. So it's already it's like substituting too. Good substitutes. Because sometimes I do eat Wendy's. I'm not going to sit here and tell you a tale like I don't eat Wendy's or I don't eat fat. But guess what? Let me get an unsweet tea. Let me get a water. If I ask for a Frosty, I know I'm going home to go grab the Aquafina bottle as soon as I get there. You know what I mean? So it's like you're trying to find that balance, and and it's got to be relatable. And then there's sometimes where if you say, Joshua, what did you eat today? Sometimes I might eat one sandwich, a bag of chips, a bowl of cereal. Why? Because I ate what all I wanted to eat this weekend. Find a way to limit yourself.
Another question I want to ask, then we're going to take a quick commercial break. But what is not, well, I don't want to ask what is better, but okay, what's your take on this? A cheat meal or a cheat day? Which one's worse? Which one's better? Which one is always like, which one is okay to do? I guess that's the main thing. A cheat meal or a cheat day? Because I feel like cheat meals I can have multiple cheat meals, but a cheat day, it's like, okay.
Yeah, a cheat meal is like what you want to do. Okay. So a cheat meal, because let's say, if you're working out 2-3 times a week, a cheat meal. Okay. But if you're going to the gym and you're hitting it hour and 30, Monday through Friday, you can take you a day, but I'm not saying all your meals should be fattening. I'm not saying all your meals, but you want to make that breakfast one of the biggest enjoyable meals because you have all day to burn it. That's the difference. You know what I mean? Your dinner, like you might want to go ahead. If you're going to go heavy on breakfast, you got to go by basically light on lunch. And then, you know, if you want to eat something really, really good for another meal day, it's a half a meal at night. So here it is. It feels like a day, but it's still really only 2 meals, and one of them's a half of one. But you earn it. You don't exercise one day and say, I'm gonna eat me a cheat day. No, I don't hurt like that.
So what if check this out.
All right.
What if like I eat like a cheap meal, like a breakfast meal, but like at dinner time? Because see what I'm saying? It's hard to eat. For one, I cannot eat. Anybody that does so, I don't. Y'all got a extreme weird like digestive system. I cannot eat big meals early in the morning.
Yeah.
Like I have friends that will literally have like full course breakfast meals at 7 a.m. I'm like, I can't do it. But yeah. So what you're saying is eat cheap. A cheap meal would be great to have start of the day, because then if you have the time to really burn that off, or you have your options to eat healthy. Okay. And so I take it it's difficult, or it's not as good to have a cheap meal as your last meal of the day, because now you got to sleep with all that stuff in your stomach, and then that sits. Am I kind of making sense?
Yes. So let me make this point clear. Never eat to get full. Let's start.
Okay.
Never eat to get full. Only eat to get satisfied. You get what I mean? You want to curb the hunger. And then, like I say, yes, at nighttime, because let's say you wonder why your grandparents, or you see people eat so early, like 6, and you see people eat at 5, because that's what it's designed to be. You're supposed to be in the bed by 10. You're supposed to have 3 to 4 hours to digest.
I know. I used to think my family was kind of weird. I'm like, it's like 4:35 o'clock. What's
What
y'all eating dinner right now, man? I'm hungry, man.
Yeah, you can't lay down. You can't eat at 8:30 and lay down at 10. And then, like I say, you didn't eat to get satisfied. You ate, got full, and now you want to lay down. We have a terminology we call the itis. You know what I mean? You know, when you eat, the first thing you do is you want to go to sleep. Everybody. Man,
yeah, I get the itis. I have the itis a lot of times during the day. Man, well. That's so hard. Well, look, boss man, look, I want to bring up this story, but look, let's take a quick commercial break. Again, I'm joined with Joshua Mosley, health and fitness expert. I feel like he's our show's health and fitness expert correspondent, personal trainer, as well as published author. Look, don't go anywhere, my friends. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. My friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin. Joining me is Mr. Joshua Mosley, like I said, health and fitness expert, personal trainer, as well as published author. Look, I want to play this quick story with you. We've talked about it many times here on the show. We talked about it one-on-one as well. An influencer, her name is Dank DeMoss. She went viral because she was suing Lyft because she felt discriminated by a Lyft driver refusing to let her in. So this is actually not the video of when that happened, but this was her talking a little bit about her experience and what she feels basically to herself with the Breakfast Club. Let me go ahead and share that soundbite for those who are tuning in. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Let's see. Is it up yet? Is it up? There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I always order the regular cars, and I feel like I don't have to order an Uber XL or a Lyft XL. I feel like I don't have to do that. Like
that same car was a Mercedes.
To the mic, brother.
And, the same car was a Mercedes, and it's the same car that her best friend has, and she rides in that same exact car all the time. That's why when she saw that car, she said, "Okay, I can fit it now." Like big people know what cars they can fit in.
Do they though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we do. I can fit any car.
Like
what type of car you got?
She's not gonna embarrass herself like
now
that.
I got a what I got?
You got a little Lincoln. You got
just
get big.
Yeah, I got a little Prius.
I can fit in there.
You can't fit in no
Prius.
Prius.
Yes, I can. I can fit in there.
I just told you that she said in a PT Cruiser.
Yes, I did. I was in a PT Cruiser.
Yes.
We was in an Escort too.
I don't believe you can fit no Prius though.
Yes, I can.
Front or back?
Both.
Stop playing with her.
Both of them. I came here on a bike.
Thank you did.
But so now,
stop playing with me.
I'm on no bike now.
Now you got the world is cool, and I know you got those jokes, and everybody was joking you. But how are you because of that? Because it has to be emotional distress. It has to be problems. It had to make you hit it differently, or are you thick skin person like?
I just feel like the thing that bothered me for real that made me make that video is because they kept on saying I got the man fired. I never contacted them. I never did nothing. I never did none of that. I left him alone. I did what I had to do. Yeah. But when it comes to the comments and stuff like that, I've been going through this all my life. It's nothing new to me. I don't feel like I need to overstimulate myself with the comments or respond for real. My favorite get back is your mama or oh. But I barely,
What's the O?
The O is like, oh, you should this or you should have did this or that, or you need to go to the gym. I just like, oh,
right.
But I feel like I got very tough skin because at the end of the day, I have to be Dank, and the world know me as Dank. They don't know me as Deja. They're getting to know Deja because I'm everywhere as Deja now. But I feel like Deja is for at home, Dank is for y'all. So when I seen this, and Jess was like, "Oh, she gonna make a video about us." I said, "No, I want to talk to y'all, because y'all don't know me, So
has a car ever pulled up and you was like, "I know my big ass ain't getting in there"?
No.
Has that ever happened?
No.
Lying.
I'm not, Jess. I swear, I don't think like that. Like I said in the interview, I don't have a big person head. Like I don't have. No, for real, y'all. For real, no. Look, I don't have a big person mindset. I'm skinny in my head. I'm skinny.
That's why I was waiting until that comes. So let me go ahead and come out of that, y'all. So for those who are listening, so this influencer name, she goes by Dank DeMoss. She is a rapper influencer. All that jazz. She has a huge following on social media. She went viral because she was, like I mentioned with Joshua, she was suing a Lyft driver because in her mind she was discriminated because he did not even open the door or allow her to sit in after he, she said, I've been in this kind of car before, this and that and the other. So for the listeners and the viewers out there, I want to give you guys this visual. So Dank DeMoss is probably my height, maybe shorter. She might be 5'6", right? I'm just guessing on a number. She might be 5'6", 5'8". I looked up her weight, and to be exact, and again, I don't know how accurate, but it said 498 pounds. Now, when she was on the Breakfast Club, she had asked for a larger chair. She's like, I'm not gonna be able to fit in the chair. They bring the whole couch for her to sit. All right. Now, this is not to shame her at all, but Josh, me personally, I feel as though this is like a tough love reality check because it's not okay. She said herself, like, I have a skinny mindset. What's your take as a, working in the world of health and wellness? What was like the first things that came to mind when you heard about this story?
It's complex on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
For him denying and for her being hurt. I'm assuming about what happened, so it was already, it was just like I said, man, I was a little discombobulated behind it when I heard it because I don't know what side to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Lizzo, the first person who taught us really how to love yourself. She loved herself, but she loved herself with the mindset knowing she needed a change.
Absolutely.
And see, that's how you really love yourself properly. Having the mindset saying, I accept me from where I'm at today, but I know what I need to do for tomorrow to be better.
Absolutely.
And Lizzo went on, worked out, lost weight, and she's down. So when you talk about the skinny mindset, I think that's okay to have that mindset if you're going to initiate change, having that mindset.
No, I totally agree, because I do, I did feel bad. Don't get me wrong. It was some funny moments. I mean, obviously she could laugh. She used to be like, no, I'll be like the lady asked a question, PT Cruiser, the front or the back. I'm that kid. I'm like, I just laugh at the random moment. She just asked front or back. And in reality, here's my take on that whole case. We live in a very sensitive world right now. Yes. And so if I was the driver, I at least would have said, okay, look, let's see if you can fit in. If you prove her wrong, then you prove her wrong, and it makes sense to say, okay. But to just refuse to open the door for, and I get it. You had a Benz, you don't want to mess with that suspect. I get it. I don't know how many pounds he weighed. So in addition to that, it would have messed up his vehicle. I get it, but it's just sometimes you just have to. When it comes to customer satisfaction and customer loyalty, it's like, hey, look, if the customer asks this, do it. If they say that's number one, it's number one. I mean, I've working in sales. I've witnessed it firsthand. You cannot just say no, you can't do that. So especially when she paid for it and all that good stuff. But I mean, I'm hoping that she doesn't continue to, like, I don't know, be more known for this. And again, she's an influencer, and she probably made big money based off the brand of being a big girl rapper. And that's the thing, like you mentioned, Lizzo. First person I think came to mind was Monique. Monique was very big girl advocate, and then she lost weight. Now she still says, hey, look, I'm still a big girl, but I lost the weight to the form I'm like, I can live to see another day, because it was a time where I could not keep this weight going for a long period. And same for like Lizzo. So I do hope that Dank does hopefully, I hope this is a wake-up call, but that exists in our society, man. I mean, there's people that will ask. There was a story when an airline a person was trying to not sue, but she at least said airlines should accommodate the seating for us larger folks. And I look at me, I'll speak for myself. Me personally, I think that's unfair, only because it's not a disability when it comes to being obese. Like, I mean, yes, there's issues when it comes to like thyroids. I'm no medical doctor, but they do have issues that can keep people bloated, but not to 500 pounds, not to 600 pounds. Like, that is, come on now. It's almost like you're encouraging and saying, oh, it's okay, go ahead and eat up. No, we want to say, like, no, it's a point where it's like, you got to have that wake-up call. If you can't fit, I mean, it's sad to say, but
we could talk about because I do a thing where we do an in-body scan, and they talk about weight. Bone density is real. So I used to hear back in the day, big bone did. So we used to hear that back in the day.
Yep.
As I got in this fitness field, I started looking at the medical aspect. There's a thing called bone density.
Wow.
Indians' bones aren't as heavy as certain other cultures.
Wow.
Asian bones aren't as heavy as other cultures. It's just as like that. So you can go to atmosphere, you can go to locality, you can go to different continents, because your body kind of shifts with that. America, they kind of experience from the east to the west coast variations of temperature, variations of air. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't bother us. But when you start going to higher altitudes, when you stay there for a while, your nose may shrink up. As generations occur.
Oh no!
Crazy when you starting to get into really studying stuff. So and people bodies change. You get what I mean? And but still, there is she goes to the doctor, the first thing the doctor's going to tell her, she needs to lose weight.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about a legend, Big Pun. We know what happened there. People don't know about Big Pun.
Young.
A great rapper died because he was obese.
And the sad part is he lost weight, gained it back, and even like a Heavy D. Heavy D never gained the weight back, but he lost the weight and he was living life good, slender and stuff, but yeah, he ended up passing. I believe I don't know. I think past weight, issues might have still caused harm with some of his organs.
Fat levels. You don't.
Yeah.
It's almost like abuse to the body. You get what I'm saying? It's what you get in is what you put out. So I learned something. You eat steak, we eat beef. You gotta think about that. It is killed, then you kill it, and then you consume it. Yeah. But vegetables, you can pick it right off a vine and it's live. Something alive. So you can see and that's why you're supposed to have a balanced diet. That's why a balanced diet is so essential. Helps your bloodstream, helps your eyes, helps your hair, helps your skin. Once you really start to get into it, you start to realize, oh man, I need to balance this thing out.
That is true, man. That is definitely true. Well, look, we've had a good conversation in the health and wellness side of things. We'll fit and focus, but look, I want to talk about this new book series that you have, man, titled Toddler Trinity Tales. Please, where the inspiration, man? Where did did you always want to become a published author? Like, where did this come from, man? Please share, talk with the family about it.
All right, man. I grew up right, and I never knew. You take tests, and always I'm laughing because literature and like English was like my highest score, and I was like, why is this? But as I got older and I got in the Bible, he says, I'll make the end known in the beginning. So what he was telling me, I was already in love with words. I was already in love with these things. So, then get closer to God and Jesus. And then, like I say, just, hearing about Dr. Seuss and thinking about how you can be creative with your words. So that's what Toddler Trinity Tales come from, derived from teaching from the Bible, derived from Jesus Christ. So I talk about, you were chosen. Everyone that's walking this earth was chosen before the earth was even made.
Wow.
You can find that in Ephesians. You are here for a purpose. So we want to implement this early in the children. We learn from rhythm and rhyme. So the book is written in a Dr. Seuss format. And I did that on purpose because we learn from those rhymes. Hopefully information gets stuck, even when the adult is reading it. So, man, I just was inspired to write it. I've been inspired for a long time to kind of get the word out. So I just wanted to make sure that I could do it properly. And yes, Toddler Trinity Tales is a good one. I'm working on actually 2 more books simultaneously right now, man. Just trying to get it done. Yep, there it is right there.
There it is right there. Wow. And the cover is awesome, by the way. I mean, I love and what I love, the first thing that I love about it, man, is the diversity that you show in this, because I think now, it's funny because I had a kind of like an intense debate conversation, however you want to take it, with some folks that had brought up DEI, right?
Yeah.
And my whole thing with it, the main outcome on the side I was like, look, we live in a melting pot society with so many cultures. Whenever if you have an issue with, say, with Black History Month or Pride Month, you have to realize that was brought up, that was created because there were times where that was never allowed.
Yes.
Okay. So the fact that it's now allowed, that's a plus for America, because the more you know, the more you grow, and you grow as a country. When it comes to DEI, it's not to offend anybody. For one, they think it only benefits Black people. I've always said this, the way I look at it is equal opportunity, right? Equal, because you have to realize there's companies that refuse to even interview you because of the color of your skin, because of your age, because of if you're female. I mean, that exists in our society. And so I'm so for coming together and putting an end of division. So I just want to admire you with that cover, because that's the first thing that comes to mind is that. And I'm just, for y'all can get a better visual of that cover. Again, Toddler Trinity Tales. Now, what's the goal, man? What's the mission of this book that you really want to encourage and put out there? Because like you said, is this one of a series? Because how many will eventually be in this?
I'm going to eventually make multiple series, because right now I'm getting the storytelling aspect. This is a summary, though. I think it has maybe 10 topics in there. It's just to hit, things. It's a chapter in there called Act Good. Then it's love. I summarize Jesus's life. I go to heaven. I talk about before the earth was made. So this is just for the children. So you have multiple stories to tell the child. You get what I mean? But then I will try to come up with more, have more concrete stories where it just hops on certain prominent figures. Right now I'm doing Jonah, and then who was swallowed up by a whale, and I'm doing what is it? I am doing Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, and I'm trying to come up with a title for that. And that's going to go into more not toddler, but more like children aspects. But like I was saying. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on. And the inclusion is very important to me. I grew up with people that are loving, church-going people where we really didn't see color. You didn't see color till somebody pointed it out, and it can be disheartening. So we talk about the newest passing of laws and people still. I don't like to say it's okay, but if we band together and still be one, it's okay. Because division is going to be here.
That's right.
We can't worry about that. What we need to worry about is still supporting one another. That's something you harped on at the initial beginning of the show. Like, we need to be here for one another.
We have to, y'all. And it's just the thing is, when it comes to the growing and knowing more, look, we're brought on this earth not to feel comfortable. You're gonna have those uncomfortable conversations where God, this is me, as a man of faith, like God puts you in predicaments where it's like, God dang, this is so hard, but that's a part of the journey. That's the mission. You have to fall down, like Denzel Washington said, you fall down 7, get up 8. Like you can't be successful without struggles, without failures. You can't. So at the end of the day, look, we're gonna have those, uncomfortable conversations, but it's all for the greater good. It's not to continue to bring folks down. And yeah, going back to the beginning of the show, man, I mean, it's just, we all really have to motivate and encourage and, just continue to just keep each other uplifted, man. Support one another, especially when it comes to Black-owned businesses, man. I'm passionate about that. And I'm passionate, y'all, for those who are watching and listening right now. Look, go now on Amazon right now, and buy Toddler Trinity Tales. We have the author right here, Mr. Joshua Mosley. Please buy a copy. Grandparents out there, buy it for your grandkids, buy it as a gift, share with the family, share with friends. I'm telling you, this is a great book that you want to get. That's one thing too. We don't read a lot, and I'm guilty too. I don't really sit down and read as I should. But we just, read a good book. Look, it's available on Kindle as well as paperback. So please, there's multiple ways you can get it. It's on Amazon right now. I can't be more happy for you, boss man. Just with the success of this book, I can't wait to see the others. And I know we've spoken about it a lot during the training sessions. And it's just, again, I guess being a business owner, I love it when people take a leap of faith on themselves, like invest in themselves. That's what I want to say. I love it when people invest in themselves. You had a dream, you had a mission, and you're like, look, this is the avenue I'm doing. I want to pursue it, and you accomplish it. Like, not a lot of folks will say I'm a published author. For one, that's a tough title right there, published author. And so I know for sure that this book will definitely it's needed for for society, right? For the children as well. There's a lot of stuff going on in schools that can kind of confuse kids when it comes to like their faith. And look, I'm a person, I respect all religions, but I've always said, look, I'm a Christian. That's my faith.
I love Jesus.
So I love Jesus. Yeah. I love Jesus.
And he loved everybody. And
that's right.
Regardless, like we were talking about, pride or LGBTQ or Black, white, Asian. I love everyone, no matter what you. As long as you ain't harming nobody, I'm fine.
Thank you. And look, and this book is for everybody, y'all. Yeah. This don't assume that it has that faith that it's like, oh, this is only for the Christian. No, this is for this is gonna touch everybody. So again, go on Amazon right now. Do it now. Do it after this show. And like I said, share with a friend, share with family, share with everybody, Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. Toddler Trinity Tales. Get your copy now before it is too late. I'm telling you, because it will be sold out, because this book is hot. I'm trying to tell y'all right now. Get it now while it's too late. My friend Joshua, boss man, I want to thank you so much again for taking the time out your busy schedule for coming here on the program. Always invited, man. You will be back. Like as I mentioned before, y'all, we want to make Fit Focus, a regular thing here on the Arrington Gavin Show, because we are advocates of when it comes to health and wellness and a healthy lifestyle, right? Mentally, physically, spiritually. We want to hit all those topics, y'all, here on this program. Josh, before you go, how can people continue to support, follow you, and all that good stuff?
Currently right now I'm just on Facebook. You can reach me at Joshua.
This man old right here. You said
currently right now on Facebook, man. I haven't really scratched out, and I have to. I'm still learning, just focusing more so like on the career aspect right now, trying to get everything aligned. When I get those things aligned, I'll be able to promote on different platforms. And thank you for calling me old. No, man, I just, like I say, man, I will do better. I will get better. It is a process. It's a learning curve. You know how technology is, catches.
Absolutely.
I hit you on the side, so, but thank you, man, for helping me. Thank you for having me. Like I say, let's help one another out. Us as African Americans need to look out for other African Americans. And if anybody still wants to show hate or shame, our job is, my grandma always taught me, if we ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say it at all. So you can walk away from stuff like that. Of course, there's times where you have to speak up, and you're going to know when it's time to speak up. Just try not to make it your first response. But when it's time, do it.
I know that's right, fam. I know that's right. Well, look, boss, don't go anywhere. I know I want to chop it up for a couple minutes with you after the show, so don't go anywhere. But again, y'all, look, fitness, health and fitness expert, trainer, as well as published author Joshua Mosley. Thank you so much, my friend. Look, like I said, don't go nowhere, but we thank you for joining the show. As always, my friends, I hope y'all had a great time and enjoyed that conversation with Mr. Joshua Mosley. Please do me a favor, do me a huge favor. Go on Amazon, type in Toddler Trinity Tales, purchase that book. There's two options. You can get it on Kindle if you have a Kindle, or get yourself a paperback. Please, 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 please buy yourself that book. And look, matter of fact, I'm gonna break it for you. If you purchase that book, DM me on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show if you would like to get a signed copy from the author himself, because he's right here on the show. Please hit me up on social media. Get yourself a copy. I will truly appreciate, my friends. Like I said, we support small business. We support all businesses, really. We support all businesses, minority owned, small businesses. That's what we do, because, hey, I'm a business owner myself. Networking is key. Uplifting everybody is key. And we want to just keep on keeping that momentum going. So as always, thank you so much for taking the time and tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to tune in Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. on YouTube at the Arrington Gavin Show, as well as wherever you get your podcasts, as well as on our friends at WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. And I cannot leave off by not saying this. Download the GOATverse app, GOATverse TV app. GOAT, GOAT, and then Verse, VERSE, the TV app. It's free. You can get it on the App Store, Google Play Store for you Android users out there. God bless you, because look, I'm Team iPhone. Okay, all right. Also, you can download it on Roku or Fire Stick. So please download. It's free. No subscription fees, no hidden fees, none of that crap. Just great content. Keep you uplifted, a great diverse voices, opinionated voices, and just fun, good entertainment, good music, all that good stuff. So please download that app. And as always, my friends, peace and blessings. Y'all take care. Y'all stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And we will see you next time here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace and blessings. I'm out.